had a traditional Thanksgiving in Atlantic City. What a wonderful place to go. The boardwalk's a bit run down, though. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz on acid.
Robin Williams, with his signature wit and sharp observational humor, once painted a vivid picture of Atlantic City, blending surreal imagery with biting social commentary. Describing it as the Wizard of Oz on acid, he captured the city's bizarre contrast between faded glamour and chaotic reality. His words evoke a place where fantasy and decay collide, leaving us to wonder. How did a once thriving destination become such a surreal spectacle? Williams' analogy invites reflection on the broader illusions woven into American culture, where glittering facades often mask deeper cracks. What does it say about us when we chase grandeur in places teetering on the edge of absurdity? The line between spectacle and tragedy, it seems, is thinner than we think.
Junkies and pimps and pizza, oh my! And Donald Trump is the Wizard of Oz. He is the guy. It's a man, he plays Monopoly with real fucking buildings. This is a scary man.
Robin Williams' razor-sharp critique of Donald Trump cuts deep into the spectacle of power and illusion, framing a world where reality bends to the whims of those who command it. His comparison of Trump to the Wizard of Oz is more than just comedic flair. It's a piercing metaphor for the artifice of authority. Like the original wizard, hidden behind smoke and mirrors, Trump projects an image of grandeur while the machinery of control lurks out of sight. Williams suggests a similar dynamic at play, where Trump's trappings of success, skyscrapers, casinos, and beauty pageants, serve as distractions from the deeper absurdity of his unchecked influence. The reference to Trump playing Monopoly with real buildings is particularly damning, reducing his high-stakes world of real estate and wealth to a child's game, albeit one with dangerous consequences. It underscores his detachment, wielding power as if it were mere entertainment, treating livelihoods, cities, and even people as pawns on a board. This characterization forces us to ask, when leadership becomes performance, who suffers when the act falls apart? The humor here is laced with unease, a reminder that the line between farce and tyranny can vanish when spectacle replaces substance. Williams' genius lies in his ability to expose the surreal underbelly of Trump's version of American ambition. The juxtaposition of junkies, pimps, and pizza against the backdrop of a crumbling boardwalk paints a dystopian carnival, a place where desperation and excess coexist under the shadow of Trump's empire. It's a microcosm of a system that thrives on inequality, where the powerful profit from the chaos they help create. His commentary, though delivered with laughter, carries a warning. When society celebrates illusionists like Trump, we risk becoming trapped in their show. The question lingers, how long can the curtain stay closed before the audience demands something real?
And he owns all these beauty pageants, Miss America, Miss Universe. Isn't that a bit like Michael Vick owning a series of pet stores? It's like, it's a fucking catch and release program for him.
Robin Williams' incisive humor takes aim at the grotesque irony of Donald Trump's ownership of beauty pageants, framing it as a perverse contradiction that borders on satire. The comparison to Michael Vick, a figure notorious for his cruelty to animals, operating pet stores, is a masterstroke of comedic juxtaposition, revealing the hollowness of Trump's role as a steward of feminine ideals. It suggests a system where women are commodified, paraded, and discarded under the guise of glamour, much like a catch and release program that treats living, breathing individuals as temporary trophies. Williams isn't just mocking the absurdity, he's exposing the dehumanizing machinery behind the glittering facade. The critique digs deeper into the cultural psychology of Trump's empire. Beauty pageants, historically marketed as celebrations of poise and achievement, become, in his hands, another arena for transactional power. Williams' analogy forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. When a man with a well-documented history of objectifying women controls institutions like Miss Universe, the pageants cease to be about empowerment, and instead mirror the predatory dynamics lurking beneath capitalism's shiny surface. The laughter here is uneasy. What does it say about society that such blatant contradictions are not just tolerated, but celebrated? Moreover, the bit underscores Trump's penchant for turning everything into a spectacle of dominance. Whether real estate, politics, or beauty contests, his approach reduces complex human interactions to a game of possession and display. Williams, ever the cultural diagnostician, highlights how this mentality infiltrates broader systems of value where people, particularly women, are assessed as assets rather than individuals. The joke lands like a hammer. If we laugh at the absurdity, we must also reckon with the reality it reflects.
This is a man who said, "My daughter is hot." Even people in Arkansas went, "That's fucking wrong." That's just way out of place.
Robin Williams' scathing commentary zeroes in on Donald Trump's disturbing tendency to sexualize his own daughter, using the shock value of this revelation to expose deeper societal sickness. The bit works because it takes something so universally inappropriate, a father publicly objectifying his child, and amplifies its grotesqueness through the lens of regional disbelief, even people in Arkansas. Williams weaponizes geography here, implying that if even traditionally conservative Americans find Trump's behavior reprehensible, we've crossed into truly dangerous cultural territory. This moment in Williams' routine functions as both comedy and cultural X-ray, revealing how Trump's brand of narcissism erases basic boundaries of decency. The humor derives from the sheer absurdity of the situation, but the underlying critique is deadly serious. When a public figure normalizes such blatant objectification of women, including his own family members, it reflects and reinforces broader patterns of misogyny. Williams isn't just mocking Trump's creepiness, he's highlighting how this behavior, when left unchecked by society, signals a dangerous erosion of fundamental ethical lines. The bit's power comes from its simplicity. Sometimes the most effective social commentary is simply pointing at something outrageous and saying, "Can you believe this is real?"
And that hair, my God. I believe the hair is the Donald. I believe that's it. I believe the body is a maintenance system for the hair. He goes home at night going, "We're home. Hey, let's get out of here now. Oh, let's do this."
Robin Williams' blistering takedown of Donald Trump's hair transcends mere physical comedy to become a masterclass in satirical character assassination. By anthropomorphizing Trump's infamous hairstyle, suggesting it's the true consciousness, while the body merely serves as its maintenance system, Williams executes a brilliant comedic inversion that reveals deeper truths about the man's public persona. This bit operates on multiple levels, first as absurdist humor, the image of sentient hair holding dominion over its human host, then as psychological insight, the suggestion that Trump's carefully cultivated image is his true essence, and finally as cultural critique, our collective obsession with surfaces over substance. The extended metaphor brilliantly exposes the artifice of Trump's entire brand. Williams implies that the hair isn't just part of Trump's image, it is the image, the carefully constructed facade that demands constant attention while the human beneath it becomes secondary. The comedian's vivid description of the hair's imagined inner monologue, "We're home, let's do this," serves as a devastating commentary on the transactional nature of Trump's relationships and his public persona's relentless performativity. Williams suggests that even in private moments, the performance continues the hair read. The image remains in charge. What makes this routine particularly cutting is how it reduces Trump's larger-than-life persona to its most ridiculous physical manifestation. By focusing obsessively on the hair, Williams highlights how much of Trump's power derives from pure spectacle rather than substance. The bit becomes a metaphor for the emptiness of celebrity culture, where carefully constructed images command more attention and influence than actual character or achievement. Williams' genius lies in using the seemingly trivial to expose profound truths, in this case, how a society that prioritizes appearance over integrity enables figures like Trump to thrive. The closing lines, delivered with Williams' signature manic energy, suggest a disturbing fluidity between Trump's public and private selves. The implication that even his most intimate moments are performative, that the hair, the image, remains in control, paints a portrait of a man who has fully merged with his constructed persona. It's a chilling commentary on the psychological consequences of living one's life as a brand, where even basic human interactions become extensions of the performance. Williams doesn't just mock Trump's appearance, he diagnoses the spiritual emptiness of a life devoted entirely to image cultivation.
There's so much to talk about. The fact that Donald Trump wants to see Obama's birth certificate, I want to see his hairline first.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Where
I
does
believe the
it
hair.
stop?
I believe the hair is actually him. I believe at night he walks into a small room, sits down, and the hair goes. Who shall we marry next? We're going out. Put your name on that building.
Robin Williams' scathing commentary on Donald Trump's infamous birther conspiracy reveals the comedian's uncanny ability to weaponize absurdity as social critique. By flipping Trump's obsessive demand for Obama's birth certificate into a demand to examine Trump's own hairline, Williams executes a masterful rhetorical judo move using his opponent's energy against him. This isn't just a cheap shot about receding hairlines, it's a sophisticated critique of projection and hypocrisy in political discourse. The bit suggests that Trump's fixation on Obama's origins says more about his own insecurities and constructed identity than anything substantive about the former president. Williams' surreal personification of Trump's hair as an autonomous entity conducting business meetings, who shall we marry next, serves as brilliant comedic shorthand for critiquing the transactional nature of Trump's world. The image of the hair making decisions about marriages and branding, while the human host sits passively, creates a disturbing yet hilarious metaphor for how celebrity and commerce have become indistinguishable in Trump's universe. This extended metaphor brilliantly captures how Trump's personal brand operates as its own independent entity, making decisions that serve its own expansion rather than any coherent human value system. The comedian's choice to focus on Trump's hair as the locus of power is particularly insightful. In Williams' hands, the hairstyle becomes a perfect symbol for the artificial construction of Trump's public persona, something meticulously crafted, constantly maintained, and ultimately more recognizable than the man himself. By suggesting the hair is actually him, Williams implies that Trump has become indistinguishable from his carefully managed image, that the persona has consumed the person. This speaks volumes about the emptiness of celebrity culture, where the curated image holds more power than authentic identity. Williams' rapid-fire delivery of these ideas, jumping from birtherism to sentient hair to transactional relationships, mimics the chaotic, associative logic of Trump's own public statements while subtly critiquing it. The routine demonstrates how comedy can expose truth through exaggeration, taking the latent absurdity of real situations and amplifying it until the underlying ridiculousness becomes undeniable. What makes this commentary so effective is how it uses Trump's own tactics against him, creating vivid, memorable images that stick in public consciousness far more effectively than dry political analysis ever could. Ultimately, this segment showcases Williams operating at the height of his satirical powers. By focusing on seemingly superficial details, a birth certificate demand, a hairstyle, he exposes deeper truths about image, power, and identity in modern America. The routine suggests that in Trump's world, all relationships are branding opportunities, all controversies are publicity stunts, and the carefully constructed image isn't just part of the game, it is the game. Williams' genius lies in making us laugh at the absurdity while recognizing the disturbing reality beneath the jokes. Robin Williams' Trump material remains both hilariously sharp and eerily prophetic, a warning wrapped in comedy. His bits exposed the dangers of celebrity politics before it fully unfolded, revealing how spectacle could eclipse substance. By mocking Trump's vanity, transactional relationships, and performative power, Williams diagnosed a cultural sickness we're still grappling with. His jokes now beg the question, asterisk, did we laugh enough to wake up, or did we laugh while sleepwalking into chaos? Asterisk, the true test isn't just recognizing the absurdity, but resisting it. Williams' genius was making us laugh while pointing at the fire. Now, will we finally act?